Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I'm Dr. Gail, and thanks for joining me today. You hear Dirty Harriet in the background crying. She wants to go outside, and it's 2 hours before we go outside. So I, I don't know, but she is clawing at the door. So excuse her crying. She'll be a little noisy until she finally calms down. So let me say hello to some people that are here. I think, yeah, this is Q&A, so you go ahead and put your questions in, and it'd help if you put them all caps. I'll try to go in order, but I'm usually good in the beginning, and then it kind of falls apart, bouncing back and forth, so just bear with me. So, hey, Warrior Widow, thanks for joining us today. Hey, Mangled Unicorn. Hey, Jen Carr. Hey, Chris Garvey. Thanks for being here. Hey, Debbie, Three Shifting Veils. Thanks for being here. Let's see who else is here. Hey, Sylvia. Hey, Teresa. Um, hey, Rossi. Hey, Diane G. Thanks for being here. And you're in Dirty Harriet, Rossi. Yeah, she's now finally calming down a little bit. But today I saw that Warrior Widow that you put in a question for a body scan. I do the body scans with the Solaris Healing Center. I have different guides, and I have the ability to bring in the blue healing light, and that's when I do the body scans. I have different guides for when I'm answering the questions for the ET questions. And also, I saw another question. Chris Garvey, you're asking about Elon Musk. I do not do politics. I do know the answer to that question, but I try to keep this a very positive channel. I do not do politics, and so I will not be answering that question. I'm sorry. There's a lot of other people who do channels that do politics and do talk about that, but this isn't the channel for that, even though I've known the answer to that for several years now. I do not go in that direction. So I'm sorry. So anyway, for anybody else putting in the comments, I'm going to go ahead and star them. But I'm going to talk about first, let's see. Okay, first I'm going to talk about the Argarthans. And these are, I'm pulling out of a Mystic Martian, the information out of there, because I use this a lot for some information. And they are, this is a picture of them. This is not what they look like to me. They look more white, but they're showing them with a little bluish tint or greenish tint to them. But that's the Agarthans, and it's spelled Agarthans. And I'm sorry, should start back up again. Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Brenda Lee Lynch. Thank you for being here. So the Argarthans are what we're talking about at Mount Shasta. They're actually what I consider, or they told me they like to be called the Lemurians. But the Argarthans, they're from the city Telos that's in the Mount Shasta. That's the city that's in there with the Lemurians. But the other name is the Agarthans, and the Agarthans initially were from Atlantis, and they are Atlantis and Lemurian refugees. Now, Telos, the city inside of Mount Shasta, for the Lemurians, they are, I consider they're mixed. Everybody wants to know what species or what kind of beings are in there. And I've always, I didn't mean to put that up there. I'm just a minute to start. But they are mixed. And so that's what they're talking about here. They came initially from Atlanta, and the Atlanteans and the Lemurians. Telos is one of the divine cities, which is in Mount Shasta, and their life there is very fruitful and serene. They're far superior to their earth dwellings, which is us, and they typically stand about anywhere. They stand up to 12 feet tall. I usually see them around 8 feet tall. That's usually how I see them, and they live up to 800 years. So I'm trying to read and say it at the same time. And yeah, Diane, yeah, Telos. Thank you for writing that in there for me. And they never get older looking than 40 years old. Wouldn't that be great? That's the oldest they look. Their cities are made out of crystalline, and they're just absolutely beautiful. And they're totally free of any toxins. They avoid traveling to the surface because they don't want to get mixed up in the energetic harshness and the toxins up here. But they are participating in cleaning up Earth and healing the humans that are surface dwellers. So that's what they are, helping us with that and wanting us to ascend because they ascend with us. Now, that is the Agarthans, and you can see how it's spelled here. And actually, I've always called them Lemurians because that's how they introduced themselves to me when I moved to Mount Shasta, that they were Lemurians. But they are Agarthans. The Agarthans are the ones that are from Atlantis and Lemuria. So that's the lesson today. So anyway, I see people are putting in a bunch of questions now, and let me go ahead and get started. I'm going to scroll up here to the top. Find out where we've got here. Okay. Oh, Woody, you've been a little busy here putting some comments in. Let me get all here. Let's see if I can read them all. Okay. I've started a few of yours. Let me see. That was the one I wanted to address. That this was not a healing show. Okay. Okay. About the emails. Okay. Oh, your passwords are all compromised. You had to change them. Oh, ooh. Okay. That would be a pain. I'm so sorry you went through that. And let's see. The question. I took care of the body scan. I'm just going to scroll down because it looks like you had several things in here. Is there anything else? Okay. Hopefully, if I see anything else, I'll get to it a little bit later. Warrior Widow. But next, okay, I addressed your question. So now I'm going to Kathleen. Hello, everyone. I don't know if this is the day for it, but I am wondering if any of my guides want to tell me anything about my birthday. It was June 21st and now 61. Well, happy belated birthday. This is Linda Thomas. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday. We'll get to you. But Kathleen, you wanted to know if there was a message or what the guys wanted to tell you about specifically about your birthday. Did something happen on your birthday that you felt like changed? Because I'm not getting anything big about that day. Is there anything that I don't have anything really big about that birthday, that anything happened or anything changed. It was just an ordinary day for your guides just supporting you. Is there something more specific, Kathleen, that you want to ask about that? Because I'm not getting any kind of hit. Oh, so Linda, you're 61. Yeah, happy birthday. But Kathleen, can you give me like more of a specific question that I can ask about that day? Because I'm finding it was pretty insignificant on the guides level. So Kathleen, if you're here, just go ahead and give me a little bit more details or more specific. But the only thing I'm getting is you're on the right track. There's just nothing different about that day. And they're just showing me you're putting one foot in the front of the other, going slowly and like they're saying, each footstep's really precisely put, and that you're just doing one step at a time, making sure everything's right. And I feel like you're just on the right track. So is there anything, but they're just not showing me anything significant about that day, except you're on the right path and you're taking your time and making sure each step is right. Okay, let's see. Here you go, Kathleen. I'm just wondering what's happening with me. I am just wondering if I'm on the right track. Yes. Okay. Yes, you're on the right track. And they're showing me that it's going to be slow, Kathleen, that your progress is going to be slow because you're taking one step at a time, making sure it's right, making sure it's correct. Each step is, and you know how like they did the sobriety test? That's how they're showing me is how you're walking is you're doing a sobriety test, making sure each footstep is correct before you take the next footstep. But you are on the right path. And they're actually congratulating you for making sure everything's just right before you take the next step. Okay, good. And happy birthday again, Kathleen. Okay. Let's see who's next. Hey, Jen. Dr. Gail, I've never really asked, but can you tell me my closest guide's name and from what system? Any messages that's not too much thinking? Oh, okay, Jen. Okay, what I'm seeing, Jen, and this guy came earlier. Hey, Mary Lau, House on a Watt. Thanks for being here today. But I don't know that this is your guide. Jen, did I say before that you were a Lyran? Because there's this Lyran that's coming up, and I'm not sure he's a guide as much as your support system, is what he's saying. But he's stepping up to have me acknowledge him. He's almost like your protector. He's like taking care of you. Yeah, the Lyrans are your family. Okay. Yeah. So he feels like it's almost like a brother feel to him, like he's protecting you. He's looking over you. He's making sure you're okay. I don't feel like he's actually a guide, but this guy's name, he said, is Leo. And he came to me before the show even started, saying, my name is Leo. And I knew he was here for somebody. I didn't know who he was here for, but it's him. And he feels like brother energy. And he just wants to tell you that he's there supporting you, looking after you, taking care of you. You can call on him and he will help you. Now, he's the one that's standing up right now because I'm not seeing anybody else around because he's the force that's coming forward and wanting to give you that message and wanting you to know he's there. Leo kept popping in yesterday in different videos. Okay, well, good. But anyway, that's who's here right now. Maybe in a few weeks, because I feel like I feel like you need to know that support is there for you, that you know that somebody is watching after you, trying to keep you safe, and that it's almost like he's got his arms around you, protecting you. But that's what he is. And maybe in a few weeks we'll be able to he'll sit back and let me see who your guides actually are. But I don't feel like he's a guide. I just feel like he's like a brother figure. So maybe in a few weeks, Jen, we'll see what else might come up if he's willing to step back. But right now, he's not going to let me see anybody else but him. You can feel it? Okay, well, good. I'm glad you can feel it, Jen. Okay, let's see who's next. All right. Jen, you're asking, and I want to know this too. What are those crown things? Do y'all have crowns on your names? I saw Terry, and I never asked her about it. Terry, about putting crowns on people. I saw her on one of her shows. I was behind the scenes watching, and she was surprising with the crowns. Do y'all have crowns? Or are you asking about crowns for somebody else? Are the moderators? Are the moderators getting crowns? So, okay. I don't know what you might be talking about. How about anybody else, Jen? Anybody else in here talking about the crowns? Oh, well, yeah. Oh, good. Thanks for putting the Slayer's Healing in there for Warrior Widow. The crowns are top chatters. The crowns are YouTube's new ranking system. Do they just show up, Diane or Rossi? Do they just show up? So we don't have control of that. They just, oh, thank you, everybody. They're top fans. So do any of y'all have crowns here? This is the first I've heard. As I said, I saw it. Or do you get them a lot? So it just does it happen on each show? Yes, they just show up. Okay, all right, that's good to know. Now we know what the crowns are for. And are they there before the show starts, or are they there as the show goes on? Rossi, you think you have to set it up? Okay. Well, I'll have to ask Terry about it. So she'll help me out with that. The first few people that sign in on a show, excuse me, get the crowns. Okay, thanks, Lauren. Thank you. Getting education on the crowns, but I didn't know. As I said, I saw Terry I think she was saying she had a big surprise and people had crowns. And I was going, how did she do that? And what is that for? All right. Hey, Suzanne, thanks for joining us today. All right. Let me go on to the next question. Now we got the housekeeping of the crowns done. All right. Let's see. Debbie, am I still working with the alien hybrid babies? Let me see, Debbie, if you are. I'm sure, I think you are. Yes, you are. And wow. They're just showing me walls and like they got the babies just stacked up on these walls, like these cubicles holding these babies. But yes, Debbie, you are still working with the hybrid babies. You're very invested in that program. So, okay. So that would be yes, Debbie. Hey, Troy Star Child, thanks for joining us today. Let's see who. Hey, White Dragon, thanks for being here. Let's see who else. Go to the next question. Oh, his mangled unicorn. How many Arcturian lives have I had? Oh my gosh. How many? I'm not sure I'm going to be able to tell you how many lives you've had because they're telling me you've had thousands of lives, not as an Arcturian, but just in general, thousands of lives. So let me see if I can get, have you had, I'm going to ask first, have you had over 100 Arcturian? You've had over 100 Arcturian lives. So I am not going to be able to pinpoint, well, I probably could, but I'm not, it would take some time to pinpoint exactly how many lives, but you have been an Arcturian many, 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 many times. And you have been like a different thing or different for like one time you're a warrior, one time you're a healer, but you've done many lives as an Arcturian, mangled unicorn. So there you go. Oh, and White Dragon, you're saying you've been an Arcturian at least 15 times. Yeah, I think we all have, or have been many different things, but even humans, it's hard to count how many lifetimes. If you're an old soul, it's harder to count how many lifetimes you've been of something. Okay. I keep seeing, my different lifetimes all the time. And I'm going, okay, there's another one. There's another one. This one's on Earth. This one's on that planet. It's all different. Okay. Hey, Diane. Dr. Gail, what work am I doing for the Galactic Federation in Andromeda? I've been visiting a few times recently. Thank you. So what you're doing in Andromeda, they're showing, first off, they're showing you're representing something. You're representing something. Like they're showing me you going into a meeting with, not with force, but with like purpose. Like you're going into a meeting. I've got things to say. I've got reports to give to these people. So you're Andromeda, I know work on spaceships a lot, so I'm going to assume you're on a spaceship. So let me see if you're on a spaceship. Yeah, you're on a spaceship working. And you're really a dynamic personality with, as I said, walking in with purpose, wanting to give you a report. I'm not exactly sure, Diane, what, and it might be that I just don't even understand what they're saying that you do, but you are like a force of nature. You're going in the meeting there. You're very highly respected and you're on a spaceship, but it's almost like I think you're in control of a whole area and that you're going in and giving the report to that area. And I'm not exactly sure. I don't know that I totally understand it. What are you saying here? Cool. I've seen myself talking with beings the past times, but yesterday I saw an Andromeda city. Okay. Are you sure it was Andromeda city or was it a spaceship? Or they have, what do you call it? Where the cities are out in space. where they're like in a dome. The Andromedas have a lot of those that are actually cities out in space. So the Andromedas are very much out in space. But I just don't think I can comprehend what you're doing. I think it's above my intelligence level to understand it. But it's something real important, and you're in charge of some area. Hopefully, one day, Diane, will understand what it is on the human level. But I don't think it's going to be today. Okay. What are you saying? White Dragon, she's working with the Minutemen doing ambassadorial duties. I don't see her doing ambassadorial duties as much as, or is that somebody else, as much as I'm seeing her going in and giving a report. And it's a report of something, even in this, biosphere is the word I'm looking for. They're big on the biospheres. And that's it. You're on a biosphere, which is like a spaceship because it's out in the middle of nowhere. You're on a biosphere, and they're saying you're in charge of environmental control. I'm hoping I'm getting closer, but it looks like you are on a biosphere with the Andromedas, and it looks like you control the atmosphere in that biosphere, and that's what your report's about. And that's why they listen to you. Okay. All right. So finally it came through. They finally came to words that I could understand, because I certainly wasn't understanding them before. So I hope that helps, Diane. Gives you a little bit more information. So White Dragon, were you talking about Diane G, or was that somebody else you were talking about? Okay. A little push. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me go to the next person. Okay. Oh, gosh. I'm messing this up right now. Okay. Let's see if I can. My scroll's quit working. So let me see where I'm at. Okay. Looks like it might be Diane. It might be Warrior Widow. Whoop, wrong one. Okay, Warrior Widow, can you please ask about guidance in me moving? I can't decide where to go. I'm feeling like I'm too close to the ocean and people are seeing earthquakes. I've been looking at Shasta and Sedona. Oh, okay. Well, Warrior Widow, a lot of that is definitely free will. I'm sorry, a lot of that's free will on where you want to go, but you do feel, you don't like being at the ocean? You're just scared of the earthquakes? Well, I was first to say the hurricanes. Okay, should Warrior Widow move? I'm just getting a slight yes. This is big time free will. Whenever I went to Mount Shasta, all they told me was I need to move to California. They did not pinpoint which city it was in. If they're wanting you to move to, we can ask if you need to move to California or Arizona, and you can pick out those cities in those areas. Let me see. Should she move to California? I'm getting a no. Should she move to Arizona? So I'm getting a yes on the Arizona. So you can take that with a grain of salt, because as I said, that is totally free will. But it looks like to me, Arizona is going to be better for you. And if you choose Sedona in Arizona, it looks like it's going to be better for you than Mount Shasta in California. So, but just take that with a grain of salt. You might want to consult somebody who does that astrology and picks out the place where you're most comfortable at. And I think they can pick out like 3 places for you on Earth that you're most comfortable about. So you might want to consult that. Astrology is definitely not my strong suit. Very weak, very weak for me. So there you go, Warrior Widow. Just take that with a grain of salt, because that is, as I said, a lot of that's free will. But Arizona looks better than California for you. And as I said, it would be great for you just to invest into that astrology. Does anybody know what the name of that is? So help her out to what that's called. You want to know where I should live to connect with them better. There is no place to connect with them better for you. You can connect with them wherever you are, because they're going to follow you. They're going to connect with you. They're interdimensional beings, and they're sitting next to you. Like when I went out to Mount Shasta, California, the reason they wanted me to go out there, it was like thanks, Mary Lau, is astrocartography. There you go. You look at Mary Lau's, here, I'm going to pull it up here. And that's what it is. That can tell you your locations that you're best suited for, since you have not decided and have a big range of where to go. But when I went to Mount Shasta, the Lemurians were calling me out there, and I didn't know why, but I did in full faith go out there. And it turned out to be a metaphysical college, basically, for me for 2 years. And I needed to be isolated from a lot of people to be able to do that. And that's why I was sent out there. Now, they didn't say go to Mount Shasta, California. They said to California. So if I had gone somewhere else in California, they would have connected with me. But of course, Mount Shasta was where I wanted to go. So I hope that helps. Okay. It's a big decision. You've lived all the world, so it could be anywhere, I guess. But I'm nervous to leave, only having my green card. Well, as I said, check out the have help with the astro whatever photography. I can't even say the word. Anyway, go ahead and I think you can even look it up online. If somebody here probably can help you more with that, how to find somebody who does that. But it would be a good thing for you to do, since you've lived everywhere, and you can look at all that. Thanks, Chris. You greatly respect you and your policies. Thank you so kindly. You're so welcome, Chris. I really, of all the stuff that's out there, I really try to keep this more positive show, and I don't go into the politics. Okay. All right, let's see who's next. Okay, hey, it looks like Millie. Hey, Millie, Dr. Gail. I've been so busy every night, but I have no idea what I'm doing. Can you shed some light on what I'm doing? Oh my gosh, so have I, Millie. Oh man, they have been putting me to work these nights here lately. And you wake up and you're just dragging out of bed going, what hit last night? What did I do? And even they've been calling me to action during the day sometimes too. So let's see what you've been doing. You're participating in some rescue missions. And I'm getting a huge yes on this, Millie. And they're saying the Palladians are directing you on these missions. I don't have much to do with the Palladians. I don't work with them. It's not that I don't want to, but I'm lean more towards the gray hybrids and the Arcturians. But you are working with the Palladians, and it's some kind of rescue mission, Millie, that you're going on. Millie, yes, all I want to do is sleep. Well, say something to them about that tonight. Give you a day off. But when I'm seeing on these rescue missions, they're very tense. It's not like a walk in the park doing a rescue or whatever. You're really in action and running, and there's like helicopters or spaceships leaving, and you're running, trying to jump on it. And so you're extremely active, and there's a reason for you to be tired like that because you're working really hard and you're working with the Palladians at night. As I said, I'm just not real sure what that is because I haven't seen their what they do like that. So I can't really. I could, but it would take me a lot more than this show to be able to get into those kind of details. Okay. But that's really interesting that you're doing rescue missions with the Palladians. I imagine you must be rescuing some other Palladians. Okay, let's see, Linda. Hi, Dr. Gail. It's my birthday today. Happy birthday. Do I work on any spaceships? Let me see, Linda, if you're on any spaceships. I'm getting to know you're working with the inner earth beings is what I'm getting. Like the elementals, Linda, is what you do, is you work with the elementals. And that's inner earth beings and the earth beings. Let me see if it's elementals. Yes, the elementals. Linda, have you been doing some things to try to bring the elementals around you? Because it looks like that's what you're working with. What kind of work? They're saying communication. Communication. The ley lines, communications. Okay. Linda, you really don't have to do anything. They just need your energy. They just need your energy to be in. You might get things that, thanks, Chris, astrocartography. Thanks, Chris, for that. You might, it's like, Linda, just you being you is enough, and being in the area that you're in is you working with them, working with the elementals. And I'm mainly seeing, I'm sorry, Dirty Harriet is really cranking up. I thought she'd stop by now, but she's wanting to go outside, everybody. But it's 2 hours before we go outside. She's just has me as an audience and just really want to go out. But I don't know, Linda, if you have developed a garden or anything for them to bring them around, or if you have things inside your house. I know there's things inside your house that could help with the elementals, like for the water, you can bring in a mirror and candles or fire, and there's different things like that you can do for bring the elementals in. But they're all around you, and it's just your energy that they're interested in and that they're working with. It doesn't look like you're having to do anything specific. A fairy house that I made. Okay, all right. So great. I mean, they're really liking that. So good for you, Linda, because I saw fairies and gnomes is what you were working with. Fairies and gnomes, yes, it's what you're mainly working with. But anyway, that's all you need to do. In fact, I think you probably have already done more than they expected. That's why they're so happy with you. And Diane, you think Dirty Harriet's meow sounds sweet? Well, from on this end, it sounds aggravating because she sounds very angry. Ricky thought that was a cat. Yes, it's my, and she's 16 years old now. So, and she has not been able to stay outside for 3 years because I didn't think she'd survive. So every night I take her out with me and the dog for 30 minutes and let her play outside. Of course, she gets really tired quickly, but anyway, all right, let me go to the next question. She is full of it today. Okay, BMU Shamman, the storage rooms on the big spaceships are empty. All the ascension tools have been passed along to our guys now. Oh, thanks. Thanks for that information. Really? Oh, I love your thumbnail. So the storage rooms on the big spaceships are empty. All the ascension tools have been passed along to our guides now. Is that all the spaceships or certain spaceships, BMU Shamman? Is that the ones you work with? Let me see if that's all the spaceships. Is that from all the spaceships? No. Is that the Palladians? Yep, the Palladians. How about the Arcturians? Yep. Lyrans, yes. Oh my gosh, she's staring at me now. Getting that real angry cry. It looks like you're right, but you said that most of them, they're telling me not all of them, but it looks like most of them that we work with have emptied out. Their room, their storage rooms are empty, have been emptied out. So thanks for that information. Okay. She is a character, that's for sure. Okay. All right, let's see, Michelle. Can you tell me what star system I am most connected to? Hey, Michelle, that's a great way to ask that question because we have all had such many lifetimes at a different star system. And let me see what I'll get for you. Okay, you've had a different lifetime of a lot of different things, but let me see what you're most closely related to. Okay, they're telling me you're mostly closely related to the Palladians, but you have been an Arcturian, you have been a Lyran, you've been a reptilian, you've been all sorts of different things, Michelle, but the Palladians is what you identify most with. So there you go. Okay, Pamela, your cat's 12th birthday is tomorrow. Yeah. Oh my gosh, my cat, she's she's old, she's 16, but she has gotten still has a lot of feist in her. Your cat, Daffy, your cat is about the same age to like to go outside. Oh, yours doesn't like to go outside. Well, I stopped mine when she was 13 because that's when I moved to Mount Shasta, and I noticed there were no old cats around there. So I wouldn't let her go outside there and brought her in as an inside cat because I didn't think she would survive because of all the animals and things that she would have been a prey. So, but since I've moved here, I have a 6-foot fence, privacy fence outside. So I feel safe taking her out with my dog, and she's not going to be able to go anywhere. But she's only good for 30 minutes and she's ready to go back in. All right. Let's see who's next. All right. Hey, White Dragon. Oh, I've already said that. You've been an Arcturian at least 15 times. Yes. I don't know how many times I've been an Arcturian also, and many others, and many humans too. Hey, Leah, dear Dr. Gail, please, do you know what I don't know how to say that, but no, I don't, Leah. Can you enlighten us, or does anybody else here know what that is? Because I don't. I would have to look it up. So, Lee, can you give me some information about it? I would turn the table on you. Can you give me some information on that? Let me write that down so I can look it up later. Is that how you spell it? Because I'm a terrible speller. Yeah. So, okay, so White Dragon, you're saying it's a long cigar that looks like an asteroid? Is that, like a long asteroid that looks like a cigar? Is that what it is? And Hypnosis saying sounds Hawaiian. Linda, you're saying, okay, I'm writing it down. AIM. Okay. Oh, I'm writing this down. Okay, it does sound Hawaiian, doesn't it? So my answer is I don't know, but can you let us know? It's that thing that came into our galaxy and then left. I really don't know anything about it. I'm feeling a little naive right now. I'm going to have to look it up. It sounds like White Dragon knows all about it. So, White Dragon, can you tell us more about it? He certainly can read on it. Okay. All right. So sorry, Leah. Hopefully, people in the chat will give you some more information, and I'll get some more information on that too. We'll learn together. Okay. Okay. White Dragon, they think it's a spaceship. No one knows. Okay. All right. Well, let me read on that then. Okay. All right. So, Linda, there's a new thing coming in a lot bigger. So let me read on that. It say, let me see if it's an asteroid. Is it an asteroid? No. Is it a spaceship? I'm getting a yes. So there's the answer. It is a spaceship. So hopefully that helps. It is a spaceship that's out there. Okay. Let me see if it's still out there. Is that spaceship still out there? No, that spaceship's gone now. So it was a spaceship, not an asteroid. I'm sure they said it was an asteroid. That would be the normal thing to say. Something that they don't understand would be that it's an asteroid. Okay. All right. Hey, Sharon. Am I still working for the Federation on a spaceship? If not, in what capacity am I serving presently? I feel like you're doing the same thing, Sharon. Let me see if she's doing the same thing. Yeah, you're still doing the same thing. So nothing's changed with that. You're still doing the same thing. And I'm getting a big yes on that. So it looks like you're going to be there for a while, or that's your specialty. So I think that's where you're going to be. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take this one last question as my throat cracks on that. Okay, looks like in-car. Hello, Dr. Gail. I am dog sitting as part of my healing. Per your suggestion, any messages for me from above? Thank you. Love and light to all. Okay. Any messages from, oh, good. Oh, yeah, you got your heart growing big time. They're saying, perfect. Oh my gosh, this is perfect for you. This is all heart-centered. Any messages, and you're doing the right thing. Pay attention to the dog, love on the dog. The dog offers what you have been missing in your life. Apparently, what you have missed in your life, you need to be giving to the dog, because a dog will give back triple of what you missed in your life. I don't know what you have been missing in your life about compassion and heart-centered love, but what you have missed in your life, you're to give to the dog, and the dog will give it back triple fold. Okay. And I get a big yes, but I just love what I'm seeing in car. It looks really good. Okay. All right, everybody. That will be it for the questions today. Thanks for joining me today. I'll be back on Saturday, and I don't really know what that show is going to be yet. Don't remember what that show is going to be yet. But anyway, I'll see y'all Saturday. It'll be 12 o'clock Eastern time, 9 o'clock Pacific time. And thanks for being here, and thanks moderators for being here. Thank you, everybody, and I will see y'all later. All right, bye-bye. And bye-bye for Dirty Harriet. She's finally quiet. Bye-bye.